Happy 7-year anniversary to me, and I'll make it relatable to you. But before I get to that in a couple minutes, see all this hair? Once upon a time, when I was 16 years old, just 16, the first job I ever had, they actually told me, look, you gotta cut your hair above your collar, like up to here, or you gotta go get another job. So I took the latter. It wasn't even a thought for me, except I was, rather pissed off about it. And that was the first major moment of my life at 16 years old. I was a hard worker. I showed up on time. I showed up when I wasn't feeling well. So it was just this. I mean, seriously, they gave me that ultimatum at 16 years old. It's the first time in my life I can remember feeling like, this is stupid. What a scam it is to work your ass off at some job and do everything you're supposed to do, and there's going to be a North Korea dictatorship over your life. Maybe not quite that bad, a little dramatic, but you catch my meaning. So I got another job. I stuck to my guns. Who's going to do that? Most people are going to fold and cave in like a cracker because it's their only source of income. Now, I was 16, but I would have done the same thing no matter what my situation was, So here's the deal. It's my 7-year anniversary right now because it was 7 years ago that I declared myself a free human being. I had built up this thing you really should Google research and do. I had built up this thing called passive money that was probably driven by many factors, but the first one that I experienced when I was 16 years old, and how much of a scam I felt that was, and I had been ripped off, right? So many years after that, there was a series of events that led to eventually, when I was 30 years old, so from the time I was 16 to 30, I finally got started on something I had always wanted to do. And that is because I didn't know what passive income was. Eventually I found out, and I'm like, that's the answer. That's what I've got to do. So I started that when I was 30 years old. When I was 32 and a half, that's when I declared financial freedom and a free human being. That's when I called off the job search. That was 7 years ago. It's February 2017. That occurred in February of 2010. I declared freedom. And what a wonderful day that is. That is like the threshold of all thresholds, to come to this place where you're like, I'm no longer beholden to working for a paycheck anymore. I'm no longer controlled or manipulated through the dependency of money to pay my bills. You can love your job, but if you can't pay your bills and eat without your job, then that's not cool. It's cool to love your job. But if you're needy, a sick codependency by the income of that job, or you can't eat, it's no longer about loving your job. It's about you're free or you're not free. And in that scenario, you're not free. 49 out of 50 people are not free. You're completely controlled and ruled and manipulated through money dependency. Your time is not your own. And if you have a boss that's really cool, I actually had a boss that was really cool once. We could do basically anything we wanted. We got away with so much stuff. It was so much fun. I loved the people I worked with. But you know what? If that's your situation, you got a cool boss, as long as the job gets done at the end of the day, then congratulations. You get to be yourself to a degree at the permission of a gatekeeper. Bravo. That still sucks. It's not for me. So, February 2010 was that pivotal moment, and I've been doing what I want to do with my time ever since then. No longer having a North Korea over my life telling me what to do with my time, or with my hair, or with anything else for that matter. It doesn't matter. I don't have to have this bullshit philosophy that says the customer is always right. When I had a job, sometimes I had to bite my tongue. Otherwise, there's this policy and procedure manual 9 miles high and an application 10 miles high of people that would love to have my job if I didn't like it. So I had to bite my tongue. I had to pretend that BS that the customer is always right. Not anymore. I get to handpick people that turn me on, that I want to work with and spend time with, and it just doesn't matter anymore. That's pretty friggin' sweet. But the beauty of it all is I don't have to do any of it because of that passive thing. So I'm retired from the job racket, but I'm not retired from work. Because now that I can do what I want with my time, I can do projects that are interesting to me. I can do whatever makes my heart sing. And there is no retiring from work for me. People that talk about retirement, they're talking about a job. And then when they retire, their identity was defined by having a job. So when most people retire from a job, their brains turn to mush. They get Alzheimer's. That in combination with a lifetime of a bad diet, probably little to no exercise, and now nothing to stimulate their brain, so it shrinks to the size of a pea, and people routinely, once they retire from a job, because their identity was their job, they go into an old folks home and they just wither away until there's nothing left and they're gone. So there is no retirement from work for me. That's like saying retire from your passion, retire from things that excite you and turn you on, retire from helping people and the planet that we live on. All these causes I care deeply about. You probably got some that you care deeply about. I don't think anybody's happy with people starving to death, which there's 1 billion of those in the world, or factory farming for people that knows the atrocities that happen in factory farming. I don't think anybody wants human trafficking to happen, or children being bought and sold and passed around in sex slave rings. There's all kinds of horrible things happening that nobody wants to see happen except for the perpetrators that are involved. So there's no retiring from things that I care deeply about. Providing affordable housing for low-income families without threatening their ability to feed their families and pay their bills. There's no retiring from my deep passion of growing healthy, rich people, people that are in poverty or middle or wherever they're at, and helping them get over to this place where they're healthier and richer and freer. But I have to be selective about that process, because freedom of the mind precedes all that. Most people don't have freedom of the mind. They are so bought and paid for and controlled and manipulated by money dependency that they defend their income as a legitimate source of income from a job, when really they bought an illusion. I'm not anti-job. I'm anti-codependency in a job. At that point, you can decide if you want it or get rid of it. But you're going to be just fine. You're covered to eat, to pay your bills, take care of yourself and your family with or without your job. That is the only circumstance, in my opinion, that it's acceptable to even have a job. That's just my opinion. But you ask anybody, do you want to be free? Everybody says yes. Okay, then build up a passive income so that you can be free. And most people don't want to do what it takes to achieve what they said they want. So most people are kind of like clowns, living that way, living the life of a lie. Deep down in our cores, we know who we are and what we want. For some of us, we're on a self-discovery, and for all of us, to a degree, that self-discovery never stops. It keeps going. But how many people are actually lining up what comes out of their mouth with how their feet are walking? Very few people, and that's why very few people have the freedom of the mind to be able to get all these other freedoms. That's what it boils down to. Most people live their life like a clown. They're not being authentic to themselves or anybody around them. Therefore, we have lots of fighting, because you attract people into your life that are attracted to this facade that you've built up to protect your ego from hurting, so make it a little bit easier to live with yourself. I say all these things with love. I heard all these things once upon a time. I was offended, and I stayed stuck, and I got worse and worse. And then I could hear these things again, and it's like, I think I need to humble myself up so I can hear these things. And I've heard much worse than that said to me, and I took it with some humility, and voila, I was able to get on a beautiful path of improving myself, which helps me to help other people improve themselves. And this whole thing of passive income is built around this model of people helping people in a genuine, real way that isn't a lie to ourselves or other people around us. So that's a pretty cool thing. So this is my 7th anniversary video. I haven't had a job in almost 11 years. I'll make another video for that. But I haven't needed a job in 7 years. That's when I became financially free. And all those other freedoms. The house I'm in right now, I paid for it with cash. Free and clear, no mortgage, no rent. Imagine doing that. When I started, I had no income. I had no job. I didn't even have the money coming in to pay for anything. I had no time, none, no free time. That was all the more reason I had to do this. I had no income, all the more reason for me to do this. And most people are like, those are the reasons I can't. And that's why most people are most people. So if you want to not be like most people, then the perfect reason you were using to rationalize not making your dreams come true, whatever that is, those need to be turned around into the perfect reasons why you need to do things to make your dreams come true. And passive money is the only income type that allows that. It's not different than job money. It's superior. Job money is flat out inferior. It does not get equal time in my world because it's not different. It's inferior. There's one that shackles you to the dollar, which is job money, and most self-employed money. And then there's passive money. It's the unshackling. It's the decoupling of your time from money so that you can live your life and be covered financially and create experiences. And that's where the real Richness is found is in creating experiences. It's not the money. You need the passive money to have it. But what the passive money provides you is a way to create experiences without having to worry about how bills are going to be paid or how you're going to pay for your food. And also to be covered if you choose to have your job or not have your job. You're covered. That's what's cool. I'm not anti-job, just so you know. I'm anti-slavery. I'm anti-being shackled. I'm anti-control and manipulation through money dependency. I'm anti that illusion that you've let somebody else sell you on what your job means. To have a safe, secure job, that's an illusion. That's just not true. That's why it needs to be an optional thing where you can leave your job and still be covered financially because you built up a beautiful passive income and you have no time to do it. That's a perfect reason to do it because it's the antidote, the end-all be-all solution. And that's pretty wonderful because there's not too many end-all be-all solutions. And there's my watch. I gotta go right now. So my website is tomburkenmeyer.com. That's spelled like it is on my social media, tomburkenmeyer.com. Take out the space and share this video because the ideas are great. And great ideas are worth spreading. Bad ideas are not worth spreading. I'm in favor of good ideas spreading because passive income messes up the plans that corrupt big business has to control and manipulate you through dependency of money. The only reason you believe that crap is because that's what they teach in schools, that a job is, the best thing you can do, or most self-employed people. The reason they don't teach passive money in school is it's done on purpose. The biggest banks in the world took over the School Board of Education in 1903, and they decided, let's keep our people financially ignorant, stupid about money, because they're easy to control and manipulate. Therefore, they can't learn about passive money, because if you learn it and you understand it, you're going to go after it because you want your freedom. And the more of you that go after passive money, the more you mess up the plans of the biggest businesses in the world to control and manipulate you because they need obedient workers. They need your unquestionable obedience. They need you to believe that the illusion they've sold you that your job is secure, safe, and an intelligent way to make money. That is such a scam. And like I said, freedom of the mind precedes all other freedoms. And that's on you. Once you get the freedom of the mind, you can learn passive money, you can practice it, and you can set yourself free just like I did. I was a D student in special ed classes. I was not that bright, and I figured it out. So you can too. Happy 7-year anniversary to me. And looking forward to your anniversaries every year after you create your freedom. Share this, tomburkenmeyer.com. Love yous. Mwah. See you later.